Got my ladies in, got my pure energy healing without a dot in, got yellow flowers in, got a yellow top on with yellow mala, and we're all set to go. Why all the yellow, Mr. B? Well, it's somebody's favourite colour. Einstein, but not only Einstein. Don Tolman. This video is dedicated to Don Tolman today, and I'd like to give him a big thank you. I spoke to him this morning. He's happy and well, laughing and jolly, which is lovely, lovely to hear. He's also very excited that he trusted me in something that I'm going to share with you today. So I've got a list here, which I already know most of it, but it's hard to put it all into words, and I don't want to miss anything because I want you to grasp the full extent to how beautiful today's conversation is and what it's about. So many years ago, I heard about a man called Don Tolman and started researching his work and watching his videos, and my jaw dropped, and I was blown away by his wisdom, true wisdom. He talks a lot about the truest truth and golden nuggets of truth. Also true. Golden nuggets, very relevant to today's conversation. So I was fascinated by all the stories that he shared, and of course went to his website and placed an order of some of his products. Started digesting some of them products, using them on my skin, and realizing that this guy talks the talk and walks the walk. This is the real deal. And one of those products that I've always had with me when I go on holiday is called Golden Relief. So Golden Relief is a mixture of different oils from the ancients. It was known, I can't remember exactly what it was known as, but I think it was like the blend for the healers. So it was the healing blend. It was the one. So this is the one healing blend for them all, like one ring to rule them all. It was known as the sacred mix, the sacred blend. I actually have an oil called Sacred Oil. So this is lovely. It kind of matches really well. First of all, I'd like to say Don Tolman's oil is an ancient mix that helps with many physical issues more than anything. However, in time, I would like to share with you some of the aspects that I believe helps also on a spiritual level, which I've come to learn, and it's taken a few years. So I've had this oil for, I'm thinking about 7 or 8 years, something like that. And I've always got it with me all the time. I've shown you guys before, and I've talked about it before. And when I had the opportunity, when I was lucky enough to be able to work alongside Don Tolman in Bali a few years ago, we sat and talked about the oil together, and we made a video and we talked about many things, pulse and stuff. But it's been in my I love pulse, by the way. In my experience, for physical issues, I wouldn't go for anything else. So my issue was getting Golden Relief, and I would never have probably done this if it wasn't so frustrating for us people in Europe. And so I'd place an order, and sometimes I had to wait 2 years. That's no exaggeration, from getting to place. So it would go back, then it would get sent somewhere else, and then it would go back, and then we'd send it to a friend that send it to another friend, and then it'd go back, and then eventually somebody would bring it over. And it was too frustrating. Sometimes it would come, and sometimes never. So one day I said to Don, I sat down and I thought, is there any way you can get the oils here in this country? And he said no. So I pondered on it a few more months, and I thought, well, what if I contact him and say to him, look, Don, I've got an idea, right? Because I understand that ancient mix, like if you've got something, right? Like if I've got something that I've mixed, I understand how so many people just jump on top of you and try and get what you've got with no effort, none at all, just steal from you without no love or no understanding what you've put into this, how many years you've created certain things or looked for it and spent the time. Like my crystals, I have to hunt for. I have people hunting for them. People don't understand that, oh, when you get it, oh, it's a lovely crystal. Oh, I can get a crystal, same price, or cheaper, much cheaper. It's like, okay, go and get it then. Right? And then people say, oh, I love what you've got. I want it. Tell me the mix. It's like, well, you have to put some effort into it. Why don't you go out and find out yourself, So I understand that. I totally understand it. So I went with him with a different energy, was like, this may never happen, but how about if I offer you this incentive and I will sell your product, I'll make it myself, and I will always give you a percentage of whatever I sell. And I didn't think he was going to say yes, but funnily enough, he went, I'd love to. I'm like, wow, okay. So that was the first start. Very excited. But then I got to get my head around this, right? Okay, Mark, this is serious stuff. This is serious stuff. Now, how, because one, I want to be completely respectful towards what I'm doing now. I don't want to make a mistake. I don't want to skip or jump or, let's forget that. Don't worry about that. No. I want to get this 100% right. And I want to put extra in it. I want to make it the way I want to make ours and make it's pure energy. So I want to add my little thing to it as well to try and, I don't know, just put love into it and healing and some kind of direct energy of healing certain things in the body. It's how I work with crystals. So then began the most difficult thing, and that is to source genuine, organic, no pesticides, got to be food grade, and it's got to be the highest of quality. That's one. Secondly, you've got to love who you're working with. You've got to appreciate who they are, what they do, how they distill, how they produce, how they create. So all of these things is a lot of time, a lot of homework. And I had 2 staff working on that, giving me information I'd feel and say, no, I don't feel that's right. No, I don't feel that's right. More no's than yes. And then, oh, this feels interesting. So send some over, let me try. No, I don't like that. Although the great website, no. Send that, yeah. And then eventually you get to the point where something feels right and like, let's just go with that. That's it. This is the one. Let's do it. And then, so that's one. And now you go to the next one. You imagine there's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. I don't know. There's like 12 energies that you've got to put together. So now you've got all of the oils. I've got all the oils. It took months. Now I need to get the gold. So there's a guy called Dan Prospector or something. He's on YouTube. He digs for crystals and stuff. He's right full of life and beans. Funnily enough, he made a video on gold flakes. Now, this was at the moment where something just didn't feel right. Everywhere the gold flakes were from China. Like, that soon as China's mentioned, red flags straight away. I'm sorry, guys, but red flag. Okay, this doesn't feel right. So I started going online, and I don't know why, but I typed in, are gold flakes real gold flakes? And of course, if you really do the research, you'll find that most of them are not gold at all. And Dan and a few others did the smelting of the gold flakes, and it ends up that there's no gold in it at all. There's material in it, metals, but not gold. So I wanted 24 karat gold, so I started searching and couldn't find it. You can ask the girls, it took months. And then we came across an Italian company and a woman who works with gold, and she was selling gold grain, like little grains and flakes. Okay, let's have a look. So we started researching, and all looks authentic. And then to buy it, you can't just buy it that day. You've got to buy it by the weight and by the day's weight. So a bit like you're buying shares. Shares, when you buy online, they give you the date. Or if you're buying currency, they tell you what the currency is that day. So depending on what the value of gold is that day, you'll be buying that gold. So I'll just show you. So here's the gold. So yeah, working last night. Anyway, so everything comes together, and we're ready. Yesterday morning we're ready, all ready now. Here goes. So as you can see, my oils behind me. I only work. Nobody else works on my oils, just me. So I know that it's 100% energized, energetic, and yeah. When I trust people, but for me, when it comes to oils, sorry, but I have to work on them myself. That's it. So that's it. I can't let anybody else work on them because I it's hard to explain, but I feel like I want to work with them. That's it, and I enjoy it. So I've got all these oils here. I've got 10 oils. So this new oil is 11. So yeah, so here we go. So I get started in the morning, prepare the room, sage the room, finish saging the room. Okay, what next? I had a shower, even though I have a shower every morning and every night. I had a shower, came, because it's like my home as well, this. So it's not my home, but it's kind of like my home. It used to be the academy fully, but now it's kind of like my home. So had a shower, cleaned off, new clothes, start the work. Come here. And then I actually rub some of my sacred oil on temples, back of the neck, my heart, and third eye. And then I normally do help me see the truth, help me hear the truth, help me speak the truth, help me feel the truth. So it's like I'm doing what I would do as I'm doing energy work, as I'm working on clients, or if I'm working on crystals. So then I begin the work. So crystal bowl, I got this crystal bowl, brand new crystal bowl, all my oils ready, and I started to prepare. So the mixture and the sacred mixture on specifically how to make it is up on the window. So I'm looking at it and I'm working and being extremely focused. This music wasn't on, but my other music was on, the other float music was on. So I'm working on the oils, and like teaspoon, and the teaspoon I'm using is the wooden spoon. Brand new wooden spoon. I had to wash that with the water that I would use, which is gosh, some things like you just, as it comes to you, you think, okay, don't use tap water. And the water that I have is reverse osmosis. So I cleaned it in reverse osmosis, then I dried it with a hairdryer so that there'd be no residue of any water on it. So little things that to me are important. So the glass that I use, because you need a glass, is a crystal glass. So before I started working on the crystal glass, I held it and put good energy into it. So everything that I did felt right. No slip-ups, no mistakes, it doesn't matter. None of that. I don't want that in my room. I want everything precise. So I made my first batch and I started stirring it. I can't really explain the love and the healing that happened when I started stirring it. It was like, this really is special. And it reminds me of when I created every oil that I've worked with. You can feel that something special has happened. Now, for the first time, I've worked with precision. Normally, I work with trust. I fully believe that it's channeled energy. So when I work with sacred oils, I work with feeling. So I mix with feeling, and every mix is with feeling. So this was very unusual for me, right? But I had to tell myself, you've got to honor the mixture that is the ancient healer's mixture. So there was no thought of, oh, I'd like to do it my way. No, it's this way. The only thing you're going to do, Mark, is when you've finished, after working on all the oils and holding every bottle, when you've finished, hold the bottle and put your energy into it, and that's it done. So I want to introduce you to the first ever bottle of Golden Relief made by my own hands. This has, and as you can see clearly, Don Tolman. It says it on there, Don Tolman's Golden Relief. I wanted to honor Don Tolman, but just slightly underneath it says Pure Energy Healing, which is the added healing that I put into it, which I enjoy doing. And people appreciate it, and I appreciate you for appreciating it. So let me kiss it and let me hold it and say thank you. Don't get me crying. You're a grown man. Stop crying. Men don't cry. Boys don't cry. Yeah, they do. Let them cry. It's good for them. We talked about this the other day. So, I'd like to just take you through some of the amazing things about this oil before I open one of them, before I open it. First of all, sacred oil is used for muscle pain. So if you've got any muscle pain, take a few drops. I recommend 3 drops because it's strong, and rub it on where the issue is. If you've got any stiff joints, rub it on where the stiff joint is. So some of the amazing things that you can clear very quickly, I find anyway, and maybe you might do, is headache, any kind of headache. Now, I want to jump in and say straight away that sometimes the mind gives you mind chatter, and that isn't really physical, but I want to say actually it helps with mind chatter. Rub it on the temples. So if you've got a headache or any kind of migraine, rub it on the temples, rub it on the back of the neck, and just, that's it. Now, be aware, guys, that this mixture is strong. So any kind of strong mixture like that, don't go near the eyes, because your eyes are very sensitive, and it's so strong that you'll be like this. You won't be able, your eyes will be watering, like, oh my God, I shouldn't have done. No, yeah, it's like working with cayenne pepper or peppers. Just, oh Jesus Christ, I've just rubbed my eyes. Yeah, get ready for it. So be aware of that, okay? So wash your hands when you're finished. That's just, as a heads up. Skin infections, fantastic. Rub around the skin, and even if you rub it on, it's fine. Here's the things that they're fantastic for as well. If you get bitten by mosquitoes, rub it on, fantastic. If you get stung by a bee or a wasp, fantastic. Some of the things that this is majorly known for healing: fungal infections, arthritis, fantastic. Athlete's foot. So if you say arthritic pains, toothache, a little bit on your toothache, incredible. Cold sores, fantastic. Poison ivy, burns, done that before while cooking. Itching, seriously. Swelling, fantastic. Stiff neck, fantastic. Stiff shoulders, fantastic. Flesh pain, amazing. Bruises, incredible. Sprains, incredible. These are all things that this is amazing for. Now we go down to allergies. Sinus, amazing. Stuffy nose, amazing. So what I normally do is put some drops in my hand, rub my hands, get it nice and warm, cup, and breathe in for a few minutes. I normally do it for about 3 minutes. Incredible. Same thing goes with asthma. Do the same thing with if you've got asthma. Rub on the chest, lung areas, and behind your back, and you'll find that if you rub it I'd say, and if you say, oh, how many times should I rub it? I normally say every 2 hours. That's a good time to rub. Sometimes every hour. It's up to you. You know when you're tired and you're driving, I have it in my car, you're getting a bit tired, I don't want to fall asleep. Just rub some under your nose. It'll keep you awake. It's incredible. So I could actually go on and on, but these are just some of the things that Golden Relief is amazing for. So I've just opened my first one. Three drops. Oh, yeah! That's a super strong, that's a spicy meatball. Wow. Hey! You can feel the tension, even though, like, I didn't even think I had any tension, but now I can feel the tension. So I can feel that wow, I didn't even know I had any tension here. It's incredible. Wow. My chest feels like it's expanding. Do you know what, guys? Probably one of the best things I ever did was contact Don Tolman and do this. Everything that I've used in this oil is 100% out of love, authentic, fair trade, and as far as I know, to the best of my ability. And my feeling is that it is the best of all oils and gold. That is my truth. And I look in your eyes and say, it's my truth. So that's the best I can do. It's now going on the website. And when this video is up, you will have one link below, only one link. So I'm going to sell it in 3 types, okay? Only 3 ways at the moment. I'll figure other things out in the future, but today I'm going to sell it in 3 modes. 1 is 1 bottle, 2 is 2 bottles, and the 3rd is 3 bottles. And that's it for now. Now, if I run out by the time you're watching this, you're going to have to bear with me, because it takes a lot of time and a lot of effort. It's very, very different from my oils, okay? It's precision and it takes time. And you know, you're blending all the time. So it's not like my oils are done now, so now I just work on its energy. When I finish, I put that down and then fill up. Okay, this is different. You have to physically do 1 bowl and put all the oils in specifically and accurately. And then you can only get so many out of 1 bowl. And then I have to start again. So it's a labor of love. I'm not moaning. I absolutely love it. And plus the fact I know that you're going to benefit from it in Europe. And I guess a lot of people in America are going to get it because they order from me every day. So, hey, I'll just get some Don Tolman oil from Mark. But I'm not telling you to do that. If you're in America, get it from Don Tolman, okay? Because at least then 100% of after whatever he's paid for his products, it's going to go in his pocket. So I would always say to you guys, you know, support Don Tolman. I've always been like that, but you know, you can buy from me if you're in Europe or anywhere else in the world and you struggle getting the products because of shipping. Okay, so that, but whatever, every time I sell a bottle, you know that Don Tolman will receive his share of that. So I think my integrity is good. I thought, believe it or not, I thought it was going to be, I want to say this right because I don't want to sound awful, but it's cost a lot more money than what I ever imagined. And the profit isn't big at all. So because of, like, you have no idea how much all of this has cost. It's cost a fortune. However, it's not that important because it's not all about profit. But still, when you've got staff to pay, I've got a lot of staff, and you've got a business to run, and you've got to do it. So you've got to be smart. It's got to work. You can't, because else you won't be able to run a business. You won't be able to sell anything. And plus the fact I do free delivery. A lot of people forget that. You know, I try and add everything in so it's a comfortable thing for you. Now, you might say, okay, you do free delivery, but free delivery might take a while because it's all done by local post. Well, it might take a few more days. It might take a week longer, yes. But there's an option on my website where you just need to pay an extra $8, and you'll get it by DHL. Now, when you do that, you think, well, you're making money. No, I'm not. Actually lose when you do that because it costs me anywhere between €28 and €38. So it's a difficult one for you to understand, but we don't look at it as a singular profit. We look at it as a whole. So some things we make nothing on, some things we lose completely on, but then other things that we make on. So when we look at the whole ball game, if we make profit at the end of the year after paying everything, then everything's fine. That's why we give away a lot. So I'm a little bit different from other businesses. It's not like we need to make 100% profit, we need to make 50% profit. I just look at it as the year. How much profit have we made? Okay, so we've managed to pay everybody out and there's still profit. Yes, then we're doing great. So I used to be like that in the auction house. I know I'm going off on one, but you've got to understand me to understand what I'm talking about. So people used to come into my auction house with a house full of objets d'art to sell. And you get two types of people, one who want profit on everything and one who wants profit at the end of it, kind of thing. So the one who wants profit at the end of it is going to really do well. So I used to say, look, you can go through all of these products and you can say, I want £10 for that, I want £20 for that, I want 200 for that, okay? And I'll say, okay, well, you might not get 200 for that, but you know that thing that you want £10 for? I think you might get £50 for that. Oh, so the one at £200, if you dropped it down a bit, then you're still going to get the same amount of money what you're asking for. Do you see what I mean? And then go, no, I still want 200 for that. And then at the end of it, they sell everything that they put low prices, and the ones that they put high prices on, they didn't sell, so they had to take it away. And then they'd say to me, I wish I'd have sold it because it went to $195. And if I'd have just taken that $190, I couldn't sell it at $195 because you told me to sell it at $200. So I'd say, sorry guys, it didn't reach its reserve, but thank you very much. Hammer goes down. You've just lost $195, but that thing at 10 that you put at just sold at 50. Oh, I should have sold it. Yeah, you should have sold it. So the ones that came and said, just sell everything, it would balance up always when everything's sold at a really good price. So what is it you're thinking? Are you thinking individually? That's like scrimping and scraping. Or do you see it as a big whole? I see business as a big whole. Don't just look at the little things that you might lose on because you're going to make on other things. So I know I've gone off on one and this isn't talking about Don Tolman, but at least you get to know me a little bit more and about how I am savvy in business, right? Because it is a business, although it's my love. And I love, like, if you'd have seen me working in here yesterday, you'd have seen a little boy jumping around with joy. and the thoughts and feelings that I wrote. I've got a list here of what I wrote down about Don Tolman's oil that Don Tolman doesn't even know. When I start to talk to you in the future about how we're going to work with this oil and use it in a spiritual manner, you might be blown away, because the channeling that I received about this oil was phenomenal. So all in all, I want to dedicate, I've already dedicated, but I want to dedicate this to Don Tolman and say thank you very much for trusting in me. Thank you so much for trusting in me. And I hope I can show back to you love, integrity, and the joy that I've received thus far from working with it. So that's it, guys. I hope you appreciate it. It's something that needs to be used sparingly. Okay, it's expensive, it's not cheap, but it's worth every penny. Every drop is worth every penny. My head feels clear, my chest is feels amazing. My back, I put some on my back, feels amazing as well. I just feel great. It just feels incredible for the physical. If the physical's well, everything else is well. So one more time, welcome to Mark Bayersky's brand new oil, Golden Relief by Don Tolman. I hope you appreciate it. I hope you love it. And please, guys, if you've ever used Don Tolman's oil, please, underneath, let people know. It gives people confidence as well as me talking about it. Okay? So that's it. Thanks, Don. And thank you, guys. Link below, only one link to Don Tolman's oil that I've lovingly worked with, Pure Energy Healing. Yay!